As my many friends will know, I can hardly be described as the world's biggest soccer fan, not by a long way. But it would have been difficult for anyone in Beijing in the last month not to have known that the Italian Supercoppa was being held in the Chinese capital. Why a European country would want to hold its national football competition in a foreign country has somehow escaped me. But 2 years after the Italians first decided this would be a thoroughly good idea, they were back yet again. So come the beginning of August, two of the top Italian teams, Inter and AC Milan, could be seen playing in the Bird's Nest as fireworks lit up the night sky outside. The Bird's Nest, may I remind you, was the iconic venue for the Beijing Olympics, which were held in 2008. The world's largest steel structure and the most complex stadium ever constructed. As the whole Beijing Olympic site is literally just up the road from where I live, it would have seemed churlish if I did not go there to investigate, which I did not once, but twice. Even 3 years after the most lavish Olympics in living memory, the site still draws hordes of rubberneckers, including a fair number of school parties and other organized visitors. What is now China's national stadium is located on the Olympic Green, about 8 kilometers from the center of Beijing. As a testament to its significance, it was built right on the city's north-south axis, which runs straight through the Drum Tower, Forbidden City, Tiananmen Square, and the Temple of Heaven. 3 metro stations serve the area, it being that big. The Chinese are still intensely proud of their Olympics, and even now you regularly hear the One World, One Dream theme song being belted out from loudspeakers surrounding the Olympic Village. Of course, you're left in no doubt that you're approaching Olympics-ville from whichever direction you're coming. But I wonder if the Chinese know something I don't. I always believed the Olympic symbol was 5 interconnecting rings, signifying the 5 continents. The symbol was adopted in 1913 by Baron Pierre de Coubertin, the founder of the modern Olympic movement. So I am wondering how come the Chinese have discovered another 4 continents all of a sudden. Inside the green itself, you still get a feeling of the grandeur that bedazzled the world 3 years ago. From the Olympic flame, which you will remember was lit by former gymnast Li Ning after a 4-month journey of harmony around China, to the Linglong Pagoda. Linglong means delicate in Chinese, which housed a part of the International Broadcast Center. This 3-sided tower contains 6 occupiable pods, each in the shape of an equilateral triangle. Across the way is the National Aquatic Center, known as the Water Cube. Although somewhat underwhelming at first glance, when you come here after dark, things look very different. The Water Cube displays different coloured patterns each evening, looking like a giant magic box. It has now been reopened as a world-class water amusement park. And talking of lighting, running up along the Olympic Green are the most fabulous lampposts, for want of a better word, that I've ever seen. Beauty and functionality combined in a towering statement of grandeur, repeated many times over. Surrounding the entire Olympic area are acres of park and waterways, richly planted with lotus and water lilies, and a delight just to walk beside. Inside, right through the green and surrounding parklands, are sculptures that tie in beautifully with the gaming theme of the Olympics, each with snappy slogans or explanations displayed at their base. The notice at the base of a snooker sculpture reads, and I quote, "The sport of noble gentlemen shows a refreshing appeal when it is played by Chinese women. Sports is the human language without national boundaries." Now, I've never actually seen a Chinese woman playing snooker, as yet, but why ever not, I think to myself, as I move on towards a seashell made of steel and ceramic, representing tradition beating future technologies. The notices liberally scattered around the grounds appear to have been well thought out, to bring a smile to one's face. "The grass is smiling at you. Please detour," says one. You could just feel the grass at your feet, struggling to make you feel welcome, while you can't help but feel a right heel if you so much as think about treading on a not-so-verdant carpet. Of course, this is Beijing, so you know there are going to be at least some notices that leave you wondering what they're all about, such as one that reads, "Better moment to stay away forever civilization." Other notices are perfectly clear as to their intentions, even if they leave you to fill in the blanks, such as, "Please away from the water." Near the southern entrance to the Olympic Park is a huge lump of rock, 3.2 by 2.7 by 1.6 meters, weighing in at just over 2 tons. As you get nearer, you can see the telltale signs that this is a slab of natural Kunlun jade from the Hetian Kunlun mountain in Xinjiang. Jade was uniquely used in the BJ Olympics as an inlay on the winners' medals. They say that if you touch the rock, you'll be blessed with good luck. So, naturally I did, although I don't feel any luckier than before. But then, who knows what might have befallen me if I hadn't. Along one edge of the park, for what seems like miles, but is probably just over 150 meters, is a string, is that the right word, of portable toilets. They're all spotless, though I for one am not a fan of portable loos. No such problems though for the local police. I've passed many police stations in my time, but never have I seen one so opulent. And I, along with some other snap-happy visitors, had to get special permission from the cop at the gate to be allowed in to take some photographs, although in truth some of the best pickies could be taken from the bridge opposite. Before long I discovered a tower made up of every imaginable bell possible, a truly splendid sight. And a few meters away was an exhibition hall showing off the story of the building of the Olympic Village. And in true Chinese style, there were more models on display perhaps even than the municipal planning department in Tianjin. For history aficionados, you could even gaze with awe at the boiler suits worn by some of the construction workers who put together the bird's nest, complete with grimy collars as if they were waiting for the props for one of those adverts for pre-soaked laundry detergent. Luckily, they were encased in glass, so there was no need to savour the odour saved for posterity, though perhaps one day they will be ideal for future research into 21st century man's sweat glands. Of course, this being China, you're never more than a tail's shake from somewhere to eat. Close by you cannot fail to see the signs to such famous eating houses as Yoshinoya and McDonald's. If Japan or American fast food isn't strictly your cup of chai, then you should head instead to the fast food tent, which has to be one of the largest fast food halls I've ever seen. Here, the idea is that you buy a prepaid card at one of the kiosks, which you then use at any of the myriad eateries in this mega-tent. The offerings are many and varied, though I'm not particularly tempted to order fried lump, or even to nibble my way through fried noodles with cat's ears. What did they do with the other feline bits, I wonder? Other delicacies on offer are roast potatoes, grilled steak, besan bun, and an intestinal dry surface, whatever that is. I could even plumb for pineapple rules, or pineapple cake, or chicken nuggles. But in truth, I'm not really in a nuggle mood, nor even lusting after cat's ears, so I wander outside once more, ready to head for home.